Hi guys, here we are. The world's gone crazy, but here we are. So I'm glad to finally be able to communicate with you guys. We finally got the go ahead today. And so I'm going to run through a whole list of things for you. Of course, you'll have access to this video, but if I were you, I would just take a few notes. I've tried to make this as easy and painless as possible so that we can transition together. So here we go. Let's talk about the class format. Your modules are going to be pretty easy, I think, to get through. Everything is in modules. So every week you're going to have a module that's going to have stuff to read, stuff to write, stuff to discuss, stuff to watch, things like that in it. And I've tried to make the instructions as easy as possible. But again, I have had to recreate this entire course in less than a week. So bear with me, please ask questions along the way, and I'll probably tell you that a million times. So the first module, week 10, is pretty easy. Everybody who's taking Comp 1 or Comp 2 is going to be doing the same module next week, just to kind of get our feet wet a little bit and get used to the new format. Obviously I'm here 24/7, unless I'm asleep, to answer questions and things like that. So there's no question too dumb. And honestly, I'd really prefer for you to ask all the questions that you have. Try to put all your questions into one email for the day. Try not to send me multiple emails in one day, just so that I can answer all of you. But I think that the instructions will be easy enough to where you won't have a lot of questions. We'll just see how it goes. So after week 10, we'll get back to our class in week 11, and we'll get back to visual argument. Okay. And I do have my notes here that I'm looking at because I don't want to miss anything. So if I look away, that's why. The first thing I want to say is that the modules contain, I think, a little less work than what we would normally do, both in class and for homework and our big assignments and all of that. So what we would normally do in a week, I feel like it's not as much as we would normally do, but we're not going to be together. So there's not that built-in time that you would normally have to do these things while we're together. So you'll have to self-motivate. And I know that's easier for some of you than others, but really this is the only way that we can continue to have class during all of this. So just make sure that you keep up with your work. I want to talk about due dates real quick. So what we've decided is that everything in the module for that week is going to be due at the end of that week. So I've made your due date for each module Friday at 11:59 p.m. Each module will pop up on Saturday at 8 a.m. So you'll have an entire week, an entire 7 days to do each module. When you look at the syllabus, you'll see the new module dates, due dates for the whole module on the syllabus. And then all of the due dates are on all the assignments within the module as well. So again, everything for that week will be due at the end of the week. Everything is due at the end of the week. If you're having technology issues, I need to know now. So you'll need to send me an email if you don't have access to the internet, because I don't know what's going to happen there. We need to find out what happens if you don't have the internet. But I guess if you don't have the internet, maybe you can't even access this video. I don't know. But we're going to do the best we can. Do not wait until the end of the week to do all of your assignments in that module. So it's really important that the modules are long and there's a lot of stuff in there. So it's not something that you can just do the night before. You need to start at the beginning of the week, at least read all of the content the first day so that you know what's ahead of you. You know how much time you're going to need to complete each one, and you don't wait till the last minute, because it will be not very easy to be successful if you're waiting until the last minute to do the whole module. We do have a lot of major assignments still due, so those are going to be kind of due one right after another each week. But I think that they're pretty easy, so I don't think you'll have too much trouble with that. We want to be as flexible as we can with due dates, and the best way to do that was just to make all the work done due at the end of the week so that everybody can pace themselves the way that they want to that week. Your hoop and amata is going to be a little bit different requirements. It's going to be the same thing that we've been doing, but your out of class entries, you're going to be sending in 5 of those each week. So if you've already written a bunch of out of class entries in your hoop and amata, you can still use those. You'll just have to type them out 5 per week and send those in. Obviously, we won't have enough time to get to 50, but if you've already started them, you're going to use all the ones that you've done so far, hopefully, by the time we're done with it. So those instructions are also on the modules for you. The format is the same for the out of class entries, just the same as we've been doing. It's just that you're going to type them now instead of write them. What else? Oh, all the Hoop-N-Amata exercises and the reflections at the end of each week, which is just a little writing assignment that serves as a reflection. Those are both going to be counting towards your Hoop-N-Amata. Those reflection exercises are going to take the place of our in-class timed writings. So both the Hoop-N-Amata and reflection exercises will count for your Hoop-N-Amata grade. You have a new date for your essay revision. So the new date is now April 10th, which is almost a month after the original date. So no worries, you're gonna have plenty of time to do your revision. I did have to put those off as far as grading them until after I redid this entire course. It has taken almost the entire day, every single day, like morning, noon, and night to get this going. So I wanted it to be as clear as possible for you, and I hope that you'll appreciate the clarity of the modules, enough to forgive me a little bit for being a little late with your essays. I do promise to put 100% focus on your essays once I'm done putting the classes together. So just be patient with me. I want to dedicate the time that you deserve to those, so that you can get really great grades, the best that you deserve, and then also so that you have all the feedback you need to do the revision, because the revision is worth quite a bit of your grade. So we want to make sure that you get all the points that you can. Also, I don't want to be super panicked when I'm grading. Let's just be honest. I like to be in a good mood when I grade your stuff. So it's good for all of us this way. So you'll have plenty of time for your revision since it's not due until the 10th. So I'll get you your feedback in a nice timely fashion from here on out. You do have an updated syllabus, so I have not uploaded it yet, but it will be uploaded in the next day or so, and it will just have those due dates for the modules on it. It won't have anything too detailed. All the details are on Canvas for you, so that's taken care of. Again, I do need to know right away if you somehow don't have access. So I know that you can upload a Canvas app or download a Canvas app to your phone, and it's not ideal, but at least you can still turn your stuff in that way. So just let me know by emailing me. Major essays and assignments are all still weighted the same. Discussions and the other writing assignments in the module, they serve as your unit assignments, just like the class assignments and homework assignments would normally. So I'm here for you always via email, just to get all your questions answered. Nothing is too silly or too small. And I will be sending out announcements periodically. So keep an eye on those and keep an eye on your UNT email just to be abreast of the situation. And I'm also here if you just want to vent, or if you want to talk about some of the crazy rhetoric that's going on around us right now. There's a lot to choose from. So I just want you to be safe out there, practice social distancing, and try to find something that truly gives you joy to focus on for an hour or two a day so that we can get through this and come out on the other side. All right. I really do miss you guys. I'll be communicating with you pretty regularly. So, all right, let's do this thing.